All right, so now let's see what we need to do here. So type of property name is incompatible. So why? And let's get this adjusted a little bit differently. All right. So we have our nav item. So what we'll do first is we'll come down to nav item. And here, I believe, is where we're going to need our nav links props. So now I should be able to, though I think this is still going to be an array, we can still give it a shot. Let's erase all of these types, set props to props, and then we can, instead of logging path name, let's log our props. This is going to break stuff, and that's okay. All right. So these are the props I get, which is perfect. So now I should just be able to add a const, and let's break this out, which is what I wanted to do before, but you know, we're troubleshooting here. So I should be able to get link type, which is not correct. So props dot. All right, so I see the props here. We've got name, link type, and all of that. So that's what's being received. So there's something wrong with the type that I'm receiving then, but it shouldn't be because it's all there. So think this through here for just a second. I believe this will get it all working if I do this. So I'm just gonna, the problem is gonna be with the type, not with the constants, I think. So I'm gonna do all of this equals props and then do link type, external link, open, and new tab, class name, last item, which is going to be another thing here. I think Boolean is what it was. And then we're going to need, let's go ahead and break this out a little bit. Okay. Add in our name and then our link and then our nested links. And that should be all of that. So all of those are red, which means there are errors, but everything works as anticipated because the errors are with the type, not with the data. So all of those look good there. So now it's a matter of figuring out what type I should be using here, because I don't think it's going to be nav, and it's not. So nav link props, show more. I think it's because it is indeed an array, and it doesn't make sense to have this be in here. So I need to figure out which type to be used in a single array. And so I know I've also done this before where I can just select one type in the array, but let's look at the nav interface. So type array. Okay, nope, this is wrong. So I definitely don't need to be here anymore. That's fixed. This is the config. We'll leave that up. It's the nav item that I'm concerned about. All right, so we do need it to be the nav links props, but we only need a single item of this. So what is it? So type of single item from TypeScript, handling type array or single value. Okay, so this is not what I'm looking for. So what I'm looking to do is just get a single type out of just the single like instance of this array. So single instance of array in TypeScript. Okay, not what I'm looking for. Okay, so this might work. All right, so we have this interface. None of this is what I want either. Ooh, TypeScript is a beast, man. And it's really not a beast. I just have not done too much of my own research into TypeScript. So it's definitely something that I need to get better at. All right, so I think I've done this somewhere else. So let me go to, where would I have done this? So it would be in any kind of, would it be my button? Nope, none of those. So anything that has an array in it might be something that I've done this with already. So it wouldn't be breadcrumbs for sure. Here, let me look at another project real quickly here. New window. All right. And I'm going to do a search everywhere, so I don't want this to be on the main screen. So bear with me for a second. Oh, here it is. Okay. So let's give this a shot. So instead of nav links props, which I will want, but I should be able to do maybe non-nullable with that, and then number. There we go. See, I knew how to do this. Just been a little bit of a time since I've done it. All right, so here we need to fix a few more errors. So this can't be a nullable value. I wonder if I can just, since this is going to be required, yeah. So I'll do a type assertion there. Link value slug. Link is possibly null or undefined. So we'll need to make sure we do link dot value, and then this is a type thing. So we'll do link type of link. Oof. Can't type anymore. Link.value does not equal string. And there that is. So let's make sure that's the home. So we'll make sure that that's working. Okay, that one is. All right, and so we need to do the same thing here, it seems. So easy enough, we'll just copy all of this and paste, and then do the same thing here. Or not. Link value slug. What is this saying? It's not assignable to type. Type undefined is not assignable to type string. Okay. I think I just need to do... Nope, so that doesn't work. All right, just need to make sure that it's got a fallback there, which means that this needs to be the same thing down here. Paste. All right, then here things get a little more interesting. Maybe not. I think this just needs to be item link. That one's fine. All right, and so now we need to do a type check. Can I do this? Yes, I can. Right here, where I can then do item.link. I'll do type of. Type of item.link does not equal string. Oh, it needs to go up a level to here, I believe. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't even need that. So this can't be true. Link.value. And then these can't be undefined. So drop those in there. All right, making some good progress. This needs to be required. This also needs to be required. And so part of that just needs to be like, if that exists, it needs to be a required field in payload, and I just didn't do that. So no biggie. All right, so this looks way cleaner. We just have our props, and then we have a destructured const for all of our stuff. So all of that looks good to me, and just to make sure nothing breaks, we can go back to our home button, and then we'll even go into our nav API, or not API, but the edit side of things. And then all of these are internal. So let's make sure that I do that right. So that's internal. Real estate has not been changed yet. This can be real estate. And then about can be switched to internal. Contact can be switched to internal. And our blog already is. So now if I hit up here and hit save, I didn't get my toast, I don't think. See what happens though. I mean, nothing's going to break, nothing changed, but all of these should be internal now. Yep, they are. Okay, perfect, great, wonderful. All right, so we got our nav item types fixed, and now the code itself doesn't look very good, but it all works, so don't mess with that. And then we can come here to our, nav bar, which seems to have been fixed now. So we've got our props done for nav bar, and that looks good. Nav item repeats. And then here we won't change anything else because that works. So let's make sure under our nav bar, nav item, all of that's good. We're going to make sure that all of our nav stuff no longer has any errors. Here's one. So we need logo dot. Okay, so this is still a logo image. So let's change this back to an image object and then change this to be, okay. So this needs to be media payload types. And so now we can do logo dot, oh, I didn't need to do all that. So let's make sure the logo doesn't go away. It does not. So all that's good. And the image object, the main reason why I'm so adamant on having that one be the thing is for the logo. Well, it was supposed to, but the schema is not included in the image right now. So let's fix this for whatever reason why it's not in there. Does logo object have more usages? It does not. All right, so we can get rid of this now. But we can come here. Now I'm thinking about this console log, but that's gone now. All right, so we have our image here, but that's not what we're looking for. We're gonna go, not there, to our add image schema. It takes image as media, so image. It needs the whole image, it appears. So I think I can just give it props then, but let's do this. Oh no, so props should work. We'll see. All right, so nothing broke. All right, so the reason, the image object contains all of the schema data that I just have programmatically show up. So anytime we add an image or change an image, all of this data will change with it. So it's like this is being attached to the image itself. So I never have to worry about it, which is great. So if we actually come down to this one, we can see there's another script here, and that's done as well. So we need to come into here and change this from this script to the next script. Instead of dangerously setting HTML, we can do this, where we do JSON stringify schema. And so we can get rid of this dangerously set HTML, and then we can set a strategy. I don't think this is required, but it doesn't matter. So we'll do lazy onload because it is not required for it to load. But if we come to our logo, oh, I see what actually happens here. So one thing I didn't know is that the strategy changes where it loads into our project. So now, instead of having it all as part of the object container, it all comes down here to the footer. So we can still see all the schema, and I promise you, Google still knows that it's there, so it doesn't really matter where this shows up. But with the script coming to the end, where it's deferred, may actually help with things like page load and all of that. So deferring unused or unneeded, non-critical JavaScript is always a good thing. But let's see if strategy is even required. So if I take that away, I don't even think it's the strategy that put it down there. I think it's just that the script tag put it down there. And I think that's fine. I don't need all of this to be included with the content, so I'm not too worried about that. It was nice just having it all sorted together. So, oh, here's some here. Is this the main? Hold on. So if we look at our nav, yeah, so the logo doesn't have it in there anymore. And that's okay with me. I don't need it to be in there. The image. So I wonder if there's, any image that does have it in there. Because this, I think is this would be in the layout.tsx. So that's going to be different. Okay. So let's then move on. So we already kind of jumped into the schema, but I want to make sure that all of this is good first. The sticky banner is not really a navigation thing, so we'll leave it there for now. Logo. Okay, so here we can also just pass down globals.logos.square logo. I should be able to get rid of all of this. So is this not an object? Oh, so it needs to check the type. So here we will, and this already looks way cleaner, so I like that. Wrong. So we can do globals.logos.square logo, type of globals.logos.square logo does not equal string, and this should remove the error. It does indeed. Cool. Love when there's no errors. So our nav set. So the problem is in our nested links. So if we go to our nav items, this is where I assume it's going to be. Ah, yes, the sound of a barking puppy upstairs. All right, so let's inspect. So this container is our drop-down menu in the nav items. So we've got active, drop-down menu. So what we need to do is change the top to, it seems to be about 138. So we'll do that. Right. Drop down menu. Active. Where's the top? Oh, it's show. Okay. So it's this one here. 138. And then I assume at the mid break is when it needs to be adjusted again, which from top 101 to top 92. And that should fix all of that. So we'll refresh. Then we've got industries all the way to our small size, which is not going to matter. Perfect. And then we come this way. Good. So we can close that. And we're set. And then it seems that the last thing that we wanted to do, at least for now, is in the footer. So let's take a look at not in our nav, should be our footer nested containers. So if we go to our footer component, go to index, go to the CSS. Where is it? Nested container. So our small break, it changes the color of span. So background color. So I'm curious why our span doesn't get counted in. So apparently span is not included in the wildcard. All right, so we've got our footer styles should be back to normal. Oh, so I have to add the span back here for whatever reason. All right, so our footer's good, our hero's good. So we can come back to our to-do list up here in our page. So we fixed types for navigation.